Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, collectors of all ages, it is AussieVerse, your home of comics, wrestling, music, and more. And thank you so much for joining us tonight. I am Omnibo, joined by the sheriff around these parts, and as normal, single issue Steve. We are proudly sponsored by Comic Book Aroo, and we are here for a specific reason today. Last time, it was all about those vampires and Vegemite. Well, today, it's continuing, but in a different fashion. Today, it's all about the attack of the Killer Quokkas. We have Silver Fox Comics, and we have them both this time. We have the Fox from Silver Fox Comics on the left, and we have the Silver from Silver Fox Comics on the right. Well, guys, thank you so much for reaching out and coming back on AussieVerse. How are you?
Pretty good. Thanks for getting us back on the show. 2 years. Wow. Back again.
Oh,
Yeah,
first
man.
time for me.
Where's the time gone?
First time for Don. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
always great. It's always great to have friends of the channel back.
Yeah, it sure is. Actually, I think this is the first time Don's joining me on a video show. Usually it's just myself. So, Don, you're finally on the show.
Yeah, I'm kind of shy. I don't like. I don't
Well,
like
we're going to
talking in
get that
public.
right out of you, right out of you, Silver Man, because after today, you're going to want to come on these shows a lot more. Because not only have you got people that are going to be watching this show, but we have our 4 lifers. Do you know what they are? They are our paid members. Each and every single one of these people contribute a small amount to AussieVerse each and every month. And that gets you into an Instagram chat, onto the show, your own content, and some gifts if you want to support AussieVerse but do not want to spend a cent. Don't worry, we get it. The best way you can support AussieVerse is simply by subscribing to the channel. Thank you very much. Now, let's talk about Silver Fox Comics. Are they an award-winning team? Yes, they are. Have they created their own comics? Yes, they have. Have they been unleashing mayhem ever since, with titles like Sydney Zombie Apocalypse, Australian Alien Invasion, Carnivorous Cane Toads on a Cruise, and of course, Vampires and Vegemite. In 2025, they celebrate 10 years of Bazza with their biggest and boldest release yet, Attack of the Killer Quokkas. Founded by Don and Anthony, these gentlemen right here. Sorry, I had to say the names because you sent this to me. Silver Fox Comics is where Aussie humour meets horror, comedy, outrageous action monsters, and that unmistakably irreverent Aussie spirit. Now, yes, I may have just read that, but the truth is that he actually sent me a copy and I got to read it, and I can 100% validate everything that I just said. That is enough from me right now. Boys, take it away.
Wow, thanks. You should be our hype man everywhere I go. I think I need a pep talk like you every time I go out every day. We're gonna do that.
Don't give him an opportunity. He'll just run with it.
Yeah.
I will.
If you like that first book, you will like the follow-up to it much more.
Yeah, this is the first time. This is Attack of the Killer Quokkas, our 10th year anniversary book, and it's the first time we're embarking on a huge 160-page story. So this is the first chapter in that story. We've approached this a little bit different because that's our 10th year anniversary. So we're not going to be limited by our usual 60, 70 pages. Let's just write it and see what happens and explore this story. And in the end, it's bigger than Ben-Hur. I didn't even know how big it's going to be. I'm writing the final chapter, and I keep saying I'm writing the final chapter, and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So, yeah. But our proudest book to date, and Attack of the Killer Quokkas. This is the back tagline, if you can see it there. But it says, "Fuck, we're balls deep in Killer Quokkas." And
love the
Killer Quokkas. They're cute. They'll cuddly. They'll kill you. It's mutant marsupial mayhem. That's what it is. Yeah.
That's a great shot of the quokka biting his ear off, by the way.
That's awesome.
It's a really great looking book.
Yeah.
Thanks. It's a stunning looking book. We're absolutely thrilled. We've got the original art team back on this one. So we've got Emerson, who started on Sydney Zombie Apocalypse. He's done Australian Alien Invasions, did Carnivorous Cane Toads, Vampires and Vegemite. He did half of that, then COVID struck, and all of us sort of went our separate ways, and then we got him back on board for that. We've introduced a new artist called Bruno Lima, who's also doing half of the book. And right from Melbourne, Simon Wright is doing the colors, and he, again, was on the original books from Bazza as well. So we've got the original team back. Don and I steering the ship as usual, writer, producer, director team. But it's probably my favorite book to date. We took Australia's cutest animal, the selfie stars, and we turned him into little beasties. It's had a good reception so far. We've launched it at Sydney Supernova and Canberra Geek Markets over the weekend, and it's launching off really well. Yeah.
Next time you see a quokka, try not to pat it.
Isn't it actually illegal to pat a quokka?
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah. All the more reason not to, folks.
You might get some people that just, toss the law aside and try and do it. Yeah.
We call them tourists.
Yeah, but it's probably one of the, out of all the books we've done, the Quokkas one, I think, came together, not effortlessly, but it just gelled. It just, every step of the way. And I mean, Sorab's at the helm and he's controlling everything and chasing everybody up. So I think it's come together with less problems than the other books. Am I right, Sorab?
Okay. Yeah, less problems with the other
books. It seems that way.
I think you answered my question even before I asked. I wanted to ask, with the team being apart for so long and got back together, how easy was it to get everything going? Was it as easy just like riding a bike? I mean,
I'll hand that to Sorab.
I think it's interesting, like the artist styles have evolved. So Emerson's got a more looser kind of style now, but Emerson's action better than anybody that we've seen. Yeah. So let's maybe throw out a few pages here, but anyway, let's go to a good page.
Yeah, he's very dynamic with his pacing. It really is. Yeah.
So that's the first attack of the Quokkas. Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. We've got
Bruno. For those that don't know Bazza, because there's going to be some people out there that have never heard of this. How would you describe the character of Bazza? Because when I read this character, I get shades of an Australian goon character. I don't know if you've read The Goon at all, but this is a good compliment as well, because I love.
Actually, it is. I've got the books. I've read a few of them. You could say that in a way. It takes no shit.
Oh, wow. Well, we set out on a big mission, so we see ourselves as like classic modern Australian storytellers, and what we're trying to do is really blend the sort of the irreverent Aussie larrikin humor of the 70s and 80s that you used to remember, like shows like Kingswood Country, even sort of Paul Hogan kind of humor.
Barry McKenzie.
Sorry? Barry McKenzie.
Barry McKenzie.
Yeah, Barry McKenzie's one for sure. Yeah. We blended it with, horror tropes, action, horror comedy. We've brought in a lot of family and heart into it. And we really wanted to make a uniquely Australian comic book character. And that's Bazza. So, the spiel on Bazza is Bazza, he barracks for South Sydney. He loves his Vegemite. He dunks his meat pies in beer, and he's armed with the weapon that every Aussie should have, a sentient cricket bat signed by Sir Donald Bradman. He hates the roosters, he hates hipsters, and he hates Taylor Swift. He loves his Mrs. Shazza, and sometimes loves their two kids, Shelley and Arrow. He's got two drop bears called Thriller and Killer, and he drives a monster killing machine, a talking Tirana, and he runs a monster killing business out of Deadfern, Sydney. That's Bazza the Bogan Barbarian. So he's so to date. He's fought. Let me go through the books now. He's fought zombies in a Sydney zombie apocalypse. Okay, next on the thing was Australian alien invasion where we introduced the drop bearers, and he's defending the family property from marauding aliens. To the high seas with our version of snakes on a plane. Our very first Aussie enemy. Carnivorous Cane Toads on a cruise. There's the mayhem that's unleashed in that book. We brought out a special Coronapocalypse. And this is mayhem where he's fighting a giant redback. Our award-winning Vampires and Vegemite, our take on Aussie vampires. If you think that garlic and crosses are going to protect you from vampires down under, you're going to get fanged at first sight. And then this year we closed it off, Attack of the Killer Quokkas.
Whoa, what happened there? Oh, we just lost him.
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh god!
Yeah.
Funny.
I think he just
Someone tell a joke.
himself out. Well, let's get him back in.
No.
We are back.
You want me to do that again?
Oh, I've just pressed play. Don't worry about it. Keep going.
Okay, all right. And then after Vampires and Vegemite, the latest one we've been talking about, Attack of the Killer Quokkas. Yeah, our favorite book to date for sure. Yeah, cool.
Well, it looks like I've got some catching up to do because I've only got 2 of them.
2?
Yeah, I've only got Vampires and Vegemite and Attack of the Killer Quokkas.
Oh man, Bo, what are you doing?
I need to get the rest.
Just disgrace.
So tell me more about this sentient cricket bat. What is
Sorry,
what's the deal with that's all right. What's the deal with the sentient cricket bat? That's awesome.
Yeah. Which issue did we make the bat sentient? I forget. Was it
Carnivorous Cane Toads?
Carnivorous Cane Toads? Yeah. It was a nice reveal surprise.
Well,
I actually think Carnivorous Cane Toad is a pretty good book. Lots of action.
So the sentient cricket bat, it's a bat signed by Sir Donald Bradman, and when it talks, Bazza originally thinks it's actually the spirit of Sir Donald Bradman talking to him. You know, but it isn't. It isn't. The bat has a life of its own. So we all think that Sir Donald Bradman was the master batsman, the master blastman, as a 99 average run rate. But in fact, he did nothing at all. He was in fact hopeless. The bat was the one who was the hero of the star. The Don just held on for dear life. The bat, the sentient bat, was the one that smashed the palms, not the Don. So this is what happens, and you'll see the history of Australian cricket in Carnivorous Cane Toads, where we talk about that infamous. Are you familiar with the innings of Don Bradman, where his final innings, where he got bowled out for a duck?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't the Don. It was just the bat had enough of not actually receiving enough credit for all of that smashing of palms that he decided that he wasn't going to play on the day and get, and that's what happened. The Don was knocked out. So
so good.
That's the part of the bat. Yeah. The bat has special powers, and actually we're going to reveal that coming soon. Yeah. More powers. The origin of the bat is coming up next year. Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
We may need to explain to overseas viewers what cricket is, what a bat means to us.
And who is Sir Donald Bradman?
And who is Sir Donald Bradman, yeah. Google.
One of Australia's greatest cricketers he was. Most cricketing countries would know who he is. The only ones who wouldn't know probably the Americans. They don't really play cricket.
Yeah.
Or do they? I think they may have cricketing teams over there now. I'm not sure.
There's some small leagues, I think, but I think they also had a representative USA team when we had like a world tournament over the last couple of years, and they weren't too bad. Yeah.
No, if they're not familiar with cricket, the next question might be, what the hell are quokkas?
Yes. Yes. Yes, actually, Sharif raises a very good point. You did hear it correctly. Just check out that word, everybody, in case you're from somewhere that has not heard of what a quokka is. A quokka is one of these little guys, but not like that in real life.
Without the red eyes.
And the fangs. Well, that we know of anyway.
Quokkas, they reside only where? In Western Australia or somewhere?
Rottnest Island.
Rottnest Island, yeah.
Rottnest Island, yeah. They're kind of like chipmunks. They're kind of cute like chipmunks. They're only in Rottnest Island, and they're known as Australia's selfie stars. They're often referred to as the happiest animal in the world. Just like that. Yeah.
They're happy on their little island. They just look like overgrown mice, really.
Yeah.
So with the other Bazzas, not including the Killer Quokkas, they're all one and done stories, correct?
Yeah, they're all single stories. Yeah.
So this one, you've taken a departure from that. This is going to be an ongoing story for a few issues, is it, or just two?
Just going to be books. Yeah, about 50 pages in total. Yeah.
So what made you decide to do
many
that?
ideas flowing with this story that he wanted to carry it through, and 70 pages just wasn't enough to get it all in there. So we played with the idea of doing one massive book of 120 pages, but I think we ran out of time on that because we were trying to get it out for our 10th anniversary. And then we decided, well, postage will kill us if we do a Kickstarter. So it was decided to break it up into 2 books, which I think is better. So,
and as a writer, you just wanted to unleash it as well.
Sorry, what was that?
Oh no, just as a writer, I've always been really constricted with this 70-page limit. So I'm like, I'm just gonna cut loose and go crazy with it. We're introducing new characters. There is also the dingo with no name, babysitter of the year, and it's kind of a little bit dicey. This one, it's a bit of an anti-hero. You'll see what happens in the book, but he saves people, but at the same time, he's hungry.
It made it sound like that was so innocent. That was like he was hungry.
He's hungry. Well, there's a little girl in it, and she calls him Rusty, and he doesn't really like that because he's a dingo. He's not like a pet dog that you sit and you pat and everything like that. He doesn't want that. And then she does the insulting thing of she used to cooking meat, real raw meat, and now she's been giving him dog food, and this has changed the whole stratosphere of their relationship. So now he's not sure how he feels about her. He's got to defend her from the Quokkas, but he's got to survive for himself as well. So there's this dingo with no name that's now being introduced. Yeah. So we've got Bazza riding kangaroos, as you saw as well. So they've come into the mix. Magpies are in. We're just taking the best of Australia. But the Quokkas, I think, is working really well because it's something that it's the unexpected. They're the cutest thing, and we just made them into such vicious little beasties. And what I'm really happy about it is that when we go to the conventions, Sydney Zombie Apocalypse is the one that always sells the most.
That's
right. And I think it's always because, hey, what's the first book in this series is Sydney Zombie Apocalypse, and zombies perhaps more popular than aliens or cane toads, or even vampires. Zombie was always beating them. Vampires was coming a close second. But what I'm really thrilled about is Quokkas, and this is probably the first time you've ever seen Quokkas in a comic ever, and at Canberra and in Sydney, it was selling just as much as Sydney Zombie Apocalypse. So I'm really proud that we're not having to rely on an established horror trope, that we're creating our own sort of brand of little Aussie horrors at the moment. So yeah, that gives us sort of the proudest thing right now. Yeah.
And obviously the cons have gone really well for you guys. So what are some of the reactions that you've been getting from the general public in regards to the awesome stuff that you're producing? And what are some of your favorite moments from the cons?
You got some, Don? You want to go first?
Oh, well, I'm always surprised when people come over and they say, Bazza. And we usually say, have you seen our stuff before? And says, no, it's the first time I saw it. We saw the banner from way back there and just came straight over. And I said, well, we've been doing this for 10 years. So it's been around for a while. And the fact that we get new people coming over, we got our regulars and the followers that get it, but then new people come on that never seen it. And it shouldn't really surprise me, but it does every time, and I think that's great. You know, we get new fans following when they see it, and some of them will just take the one book. You know, they want to try it out, and we've had some that have taken the whole set in one go, which is great. You know, I think it's a good testament to the Bazza character and the fact that they like what they see.
Yeah, I think it's also, we got a lot of people that don't read comic books that buy this book because they just like the concept and haven't seen anything like that. So that makes me proud. But gosh, we've had a lot of
interest by them too. You know, from the US and the UK and all that. So I got to buy this. I got to take it back because you know we have somebody that follows football and likes the team or whatever, or the fact that it's totally Australiana the way it sounds and the one. And I said, well, you know, sometimes I say, well, some of the sayings in there you might not understand them, but you know, like the colloquialism and all that. So, but it's great. It's just great to see them buy it, and it's not just the male that buy it. The men and boys, men and women, regardless, they both go for it, which is great.
I mean, we've interviewed quite a few different Australian creators on here, and what you guys have produced is probably the most uniquely Australian content, and I can see why it would appeal to people from all over the world.
Yeah, I hope we can get it out internationally one day, but we're planning on that. Gosh, I got so many stories of the fan interactions. So I remember this one lady, she goes, this book's making me so fucking proud to be Australian. And then
the one about the pub.
So Sydney, we just had Sydney Supernova in June. Our record was 150 graphic novels sold over a convention. That was back in 2015 when Chris Hemsworth came out, and we'd never really reached those numbers. The crowds haven't come back, but this year we hit, I think, over 182 or something like that. So we finally beat our 10-year record, and the love was just coming through. People, you know, old fans and new fans come in wanting to get the new book release and everything. And then we had one guy stop by and he just looked at it and went to say, "Hey, how you doing? What do you think of it?" And he goes, "Nah, I just don't like it. Like, I don't really like it." And I go, "Oh, okay. Well, that's okay." He goes, "Yeah, seen you guys for years. I just don't like it," and just stormed off. And I was like, "Oh, okay." So it was like a bit of love and a little bit of hate. And then we sold it to this lady, and she bought it, and then she came back at the end of the day, and she came storming up to me, and she came like right up in my face almost, and she goes, "I've got a shit sandwich for you." And I was going, I've never even heard that expression in real life.
No, yeah.
And I go, "What have I done now?" And I was like, "Okay, I got to balance the love and the hate." And she goes, "There's some typos in this book, this typo here and this typo here." And I go, "Okay, well, that's good. This is what first printings are all about." And then she goes, "But," she came even closer to me and she just thumps me on the chest. She goes, "But you've nailed it. You've nailed this, Bazza. I can hear his voice. I can hear him talk. This is just bloody brilliant." Yeah. She goes, "I was talking at the pub." The Rabbitohs were playing that same day as well. She goes, "I was at the pub laughing about this book." And she said, "You would have sold a killing at the Rabbitohs across the pub there." And she was telling everyone at the pub. Apparently people were coming around to read the book and everything like that. And then I go to Canberra on Sunday, and this guy bought 2 books online. Came to get them and got the rest of the series. And I said, "How did you hear about our books?" And he goes, "There was this crazy lady in the pub in Sydney raving on about your books."
That's awesome.
It's come full circle. And whoever that lady is, shoot us a line. Love to know what the typos are, and please be our PR agent. We'll sponsor you to go to pubs and sell Bazza for us.
Yeah. No, that was a good end to the day, I thought. That's great.
Yeah.
You can't beat word of mouth advertisement.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, word of mouth is always the best. The best marketing tool.
So where can you buy these books? From silverfoxcomics.com.au?
Yeah, I got one more story too. You've made it when you this is the reaction you get. So, sold a book for someone in Sydney, and he lives close by. So he came to pick up the book, bought one, read it, came back, got the set, loved it so much. He goes, this is brilliant. He goes, I'm a butcher. If ever you want a free steak, just let me know and I'll deliver free steaks to you. Yeah, this is it. I've made it. When I can get free steaks.
Oh yeah, that's right. And then they came to the convention, and her and him and a wife or girlfriend, I can't remember, and to get the latest issue, and mentioned the name, and goes, "Oh, the butcher." That's how you remember.
That's how I remember. You're the butcher. Yeah,
I think I said that. Yeah.
Did you? Yeah.
There's a potential future character for you right there.
Yeah, the butcher.
The butcher, the baker, and the candlestick maker. Yeah.
So, is it going to be is it every 2 years? There's a new one.
Yeah, this is the first year. We're probably going to do it 2 years in a row because the ideas are just flowing right now. So every 2 years, and I've got the next one is going to come out next year, and then after that, we've got our sights set on reclaiming the Tassie Devil. We want that back. We don't want Warner Brothers to do it. We want that back, and so that's what we've got our eyes on right now. So if you've got any ideas, shoot them through. Another interesting backstory about Attack of the Killer Quokkas is that after we did the Kickstarter for Vampires and Vegemite, I sent out a survey to our backers and said, "Hey, who do you want Bazza to fight next?" And of course, we got we got werewolves in, we got sharks, and we got crocodiles and Loch Ness monster and Bigfoot and all the classic tropes that came out. And a friend of ours, Jason Pura, hello, if you're listening, he suggested the Quokkas, and I just laughed and go, no, look, we can't do that to that. And then a couple of weeks later, it's like, if there's one that we're going to do that isn't expected, that's going to be the one to do it. We're going to hit up Quokkas. So yeah, Jason planted the seed for us, and it was rolling in my head like, how do we actually do this? And once we got the initial visuals of it, we're like, yeah, we've got it. Yeah, we can make this into a monster. So if you got ideas, send them through. You never know what's gonna inspire us.
Something might gel.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
yeah.
With the Tassie Devil, is it going to sound the same as the Warner Brothers, or just look different?
Let's see. This is going to be
of course, you made the noise.
That was spot on. You know what else is spot on? Comic Bookaroo. Comic Bookaroo, proud sponsors of AussieVerse for all your comic book needs. Graphic novels, hardcovers, omnibuses, single issues. Don't forget to pre-order every Sunday at Comic Bookaroo. Australia's #1 online comic book store. Now, apart from Silver Fox Comics, the website, where else can people expect to see you and buy this book? Because I know you guys love your conventions.
We do, yeah. So I think coming up we'll do Geek Markets at Wollongong. We just did that on the weekend at Canberra. We've got Brisbane Supernova coming up. Might be doing Adelaide. I'm unsure, just depends on. Yeah, might be doing that one as well. But Brisbane and Wollongong for sure. And hopefully Sydney Oz Comic Con as well. So 3 or more forward to round out the year. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And then Melbourne next year. We'll
Planning on coming to Melbourne.
Yeah, we'll have to come back to Melbourne next year. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, you guys are next year. Do Brisbane first. It's a day.
So you also won a bronze award for Vampires and Vegemite. What was that like? What award did you win?
Yeah, we won the Comics Arts Award of Australia, Bronze Award. I think they're formerly known as the Ledgers. So yeah, this was an event at Parliament House in Canberra last November. Capped off our convention season beautifully. I think last year between June and November, I think I did like 13 conventions in 7 months, and Canberra was the last one there. So yeah, went to Canberra to get the award. Huge, yeah, probably my proudest moment because I think we've got the popular vote from the people. I think we have sales that are really enviable sales, and I know we've been up next to some stars and some people that have much bigger names than us, and I can see we're outselling those guys. But we've always never really had, I guess, critical acceptance. I think we've had a couple of reviews, and I don't think they understood the irreverent style of humor. Because it's very irreverent, it's not politically correct. It's rough around the edges, that's the style that we go for. It doesn't take itself too seriously, and I don't think they really understood it. So we've always been a little bit shy of the critics, but we've never been nominated. So really thrilled to get nominated and then to win the award. Yeah, so that capped off a beautiful year. So hopefully we'll win another one for Attack of the Killer Quokkas. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, you're at the book. What'd you think?
What did I think? I loved it, man. I mean, I like I said earlier, I'm a big fan of the Goon, right? And not that it's not that it's a copy of that in any sort of way, but I just get this vibe from that, the same joyous feeling that I get when I'm reading the Goon, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Because you're reading a character here that on some level is a character that I think everybody wants to be. Just somebody that doesn't give a shit, just does what they want, says what they want, and acts the way that they want to act. And not only that, but it's in a world that is quite a mix of reality and not reality, where you have things that talk to you. And I like that because usually...
Hello? No.
Oh no!
Oh no! He's finally gone quiet for once. I want to know what the question was.
It's freeze frame, strike a pose.
Yeah. Sweet Jesus.
Where's Bo from?
Both Bo and I are in Melbourne.
Oh, Melbourne. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brizzy.
So just before we came on, I was chatting with Bo, and I did ask him the same question. How did he like it? And he did say he enjoyed it immensely. And because, like you said, it's a two-parter story, and he just went, "Oh man, can't wait for the next one because stuff's gonna happen." This just ended on a cliffhanger. I said, "Oh, something to look forward to."
Yeah.
That happened. Yeah, for sure.
It definitely is something to look forward to. Well, what we've got so far is shaping up really well. Kudos to Sorab. Is this still being recorded?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kudos to Sorab because he agonizes over scenes and scripts and trying to get it right and bouncing back and forth. So the end result, I think, speaks for itself.
We got an incredible team behind us on this one. But I think one of the things apart from the action that we always talk about, the Killer Quokkas and the Cane Toads and the zombies, it's a story, I think, with heart and family. So we really sort of push the family angle on this one. Bazza's got 2 kids, Shelley and Arrow. They're at our age, they were starting the career. So, we think about kids like, what do they most want to be? So Arrow wants to become an esports gamer. And Bazza and Shaz are like, what are you talking about? What's this? Go get a trade. And so, there's a bit of friction in the household as to what he wants to become. The daughter wants to become a YouTuber. So kids paving their own way and it's the old world and new world's clashing. So we've got a lot of family, a lot of humor in there. And as well as all the action happening around the scenes. We've got the interaction with Bazza and his grandmother as well. The joke is that she did a face swap with Bob Hawke, but didn't didn't swap the face back.
Just for the character of Bazza, guys, is he like based on someone that you know, or have you sort of grabbed elements from all sort of different people and mashed them up into one?
It's done frozen. Oh no, you get no. Well,
I don't think so. I think you should give a background story of Bazza from Zombie Cities. I know you don't want to go back, but that really established the genesis of the character. And what you were saying before, which books sell, that people ask for, is usually Zombie Apocalypse or one of the others, and they ask which one to jump on first, and I say, well, the first book establishes the family, and if you want to get to know the character, then you get the first book, and then you can read. But they're all standalone stories. But as far as basic coming together, I don't think when Sorab did the first story he had anything in mind. It's just that he did so well in Zombie Cities that he decided to pull it out and develop the character. Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of influences there because leading up to that, I was working on all these Australian licensed products. I was working on the NRL licensed products. I was working on the Peter Brock license. Obviously, the Tirana is a big part of the Peter Brock story as well. I was doing merchandise for the NRL. We had the license for that as well at the place that I worked at. So all these Aussie characters, licenses. But I think, I might have mentioned the last episode that I grew up in the country. So I grew up in a little country town called Nyngan, which is like population 1,200 people, geographically middle of New South Wales. And the river that runs through the river is called the Bogan River. So hence we've used Bogan very, very affectionately. But the voices that I hear are definitely distinctive and true to the country. So I think that's why I've been able to get those voices in. But to us, it's really important, I think, in this world of globalization, where I kind of sometimes feel that we're losing our identity. We really wanted to make this our gift to Australia. And it's like, when our relatives come here, from my relatives comes here, I'm always struggling to show them, what do we have? We've got Man from Snowy River, Mad Max. What else do we have? Wolf Creek, Crocodile Dundee, and I'm struggling to think of things beyond that are really captured in popular culture. So we set out on a real mission to let's make an all Aussie action iconic hero, take Australiana over the top, be unashamedly Australian. Let's bring that irreverent humor that you don't hear anymore. It's perhaps not safe. We've gotten a little bit sensitive now. There's no way I could have a book somewhere internationally that says, well, maybe I could, but I don't know if a publisher would let me have a book saying, fuck, we're balls deep in Killer Quokkas. So yeah, we just wanted to make it over the top, unashamedly Australian, and got to avoid that. As much as I love all the global influences, we've got to we've inherited Australia, we've inherited this landscape, this humor, this, identity that's uniquely Australian. We're really proud to show that off. So that's our guiding mission. Yeah.
That's awesome. And I think you've nailed it too.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. So, well, hopefully we'll get back to Melbourne next year. Held back because we're still making this one, but next year we're going to be back there with, Attack of the Killer Quokkas. But, Bo, did you like the family angles in Attack of the Killer Quokkas? The interactions with...
Sorry. Obviously had technical issues there.
Yeah,
man. Look, I read this and I couldn't find anything to complain about, if I'm being real. I can't sit here and nitpick on things because I truly enjoyed every minute of it. It's the art is great, the story's great, the lettering is great, the family dynamics, the little girl, the everything. To give a proper review, I think I'd have to spoil things, and I don't want to. So all I can say is that if you want a book that celebrates Australia but completely outrageously, you do like violence mixed with humor, but not over the top violence as well, a little bit, but for the right reasons, and definitely humor, then this is a book for you because like I said, I've got 2 of them and I want the rest, because the more I buy, hopefully one day we get a Baz Omnibus.
A Bazza-verse.
A Baz Omnibus.
Baz Omnibus. Oh, Baz Omnibus. Yeah, gosh, imagine. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, we have been talking about combining these books into we want to win the spine wars. We want to have, massive book that we can have Bazza on the spine. So that's the.
And what else is great as well? Sorry, but another thing that you got to point out as well, the fact that it's magazine size is actually quite different. I've got a bit of a hot take, and that is that I don't like dust jackets. I know a lot of people do, but I don't. I don't see the. I know what the point of them is, dust jacket, but I don't like the fact that you've got beautiful dust jackets sometimes, and then you got to take them off and you see other art underneath. It just seems a bit pointless to me. I would much rather always have art on board. So not only do you produce this comic with art on board and magazine size, but the best thing about owning these sorts of comics is that each single issue, which is already oversized and thick, is the fact that you can put them on your bookshelf, and you've actually got a spine as well. So when you've got a few Bazzas, you can actually see it all. And as a collector of collected editions, that's definitely a plus for me, because there is a lot of other Aussies that I support. And as much as I love their books or their stories or whatever, the one thing that does sadden me is even if I love it, it's just going to go back in a box with all these other comics. Where at least with Bazza, it's going to go on my actual bookshelf and you can see it.
Yeah.
And that's a real plus for people that are into collected editions, I think.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to get a big spine one day.
We would have had a big spine if Quokkas was the double size issue we had intended to do, but another time.
Yeah.
But it was a conscious effort to go the larger European styles size book because we found when we had the regular comic book size and the larger size that they were pretty much selling evenly. So we made the decision to, okay, forget about the smaller book. Let's just do the big book and you don't have to worry about doing different sizes. And people love the size. I think it showcases the artwork better. And I don't know, I think it's just easier to read.
Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah.
With the trim size that big, does it impact in any way the writing in terms of what you want to see on the page or by the panel or the panel layout?
Oh, sorry.
What happened?
I pressed the comic. I'm just trying to show people the difference.
Oh, yeah, you can see the size,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's about 20 or 30, probably about 20% bigger than a standard US comic book. Yeah.
it was to fit on an A4 sheet of paper. So when we did the small books, to get that size, we just told the printer to export it so that you fill the height of an A4 paper. And whatever the width was, that's what it was. And so we didn't go to bigger stock so price for paper didn't change because they're still using A3 sheets, whether you do it bigger or not. And it just worked out well. And so we just stuck with that, I guess. It works well.
To your question, Sharif, I don't think it affected the writing, but the artist, given it's big, that the artwork's got to be really detailed. So Emerson and Bruno Lima, incredible detail in their art. You know, when you blow it, sometimes things look.
Oh yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah. It's a splash page. Yeah.
That's a great splash page, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to show the last page, but I can't.
No, don't show that. There's some beautiful artwork in this book. Yeah. Actually, there it is. I think there's some great stuff there. Yeah. So it stands up.
Who doesn't want to ride a kangaroo?
Sorry?
Who doesn't want to ride a kangaroo?
Not me. Not me.
You got to get a kangaroo license first, remember? So, not everyone can ride them. You got to get the kangaroo license. But I also have to do a shout out to Simon and his colors. You want to talk about this way that he colors? Because we always give him direction on the colors.
Simon.
Yeah, Simon. Yeah.
Oh, I'm not really too sure how he colours, to be honest. But I think he does his flat colours.
Not so much the way his technique, but I think what he's done is that we love the coloring, the basic colors of the the 1960s comics.
Oh, right, yeah. We decided
just
to keep
strong colors. Yeah.
more monochromatic than like today's comics. They're so overly saturated with colors and shit. You can't even see the line work, which is a pet hate of mine. But no, we deliberately decided to keep the color schemes simple. And if you see some of those pages, they're not complicated. Coloring at all.
It's not competing. I think
it adds to the flavor of the book. So.
They're a bit more subtle, and it just looks really nice.
Yeah.
It's and Simon's very good at what he does. He's an artist in his own right. He published his own stuff too, but his colouring is excellent. I can't fault it. And he's bloody quick too. If I had to do it, I'd take weeks on a page. No, the colouring style was a conscious decision to keep it simple, a bit like your DCs and Marvels in the 70s.
And I'll show you another page. This is from Bruno Lima. He is our new artist there, and it's just Bazza just mowing the lawn.
That's great.
There's a lot of blood in this book.
Get away, dude. Excuse my cat's bumhole. Sorry.
Thought it was a quokka.
So what's next for you guys?
The next, we're on a mission to do 10 Bazza books. So we're at 5 at the moment. We're going to revamp Vampires and Vegemite. New cover coming, bit of a relaunch, combining Corona Apocalypse and Vampires into one book. So we've got 5 big books. Tassie next. And, we're keeping an eye on how we can use AI to make it an animated feature at some stage. So that's what we're hoping to do. Yeah. So there's some pieces that we've taken some of the drawings and just been able to, that panel that you saw of the Bazza and the kangaroos, we've got the kangaroo moving around. Bazza at the cover, there's an animation where the quokkas are chasing Bazza. It's certainly not right, but you can only imagine this is the start. So I wonder if this is where creators can eventually have their own, who knows what's going to happen, trailers and stuff taking from the comic book. So yeah, very excited about that. It's something we could never do. We'd have to get funding or something. We've had people approach us over the years to do short films and things like that, but
that's awesome.
Yeah, so keeping an eye on that. But most importantly is build that content to 10. Really want to reclaim the Tassie Devil for the next one. Yeah, but the second book is coming out next year. That we're finishing off that at the moment. Yeah. We launched some merchandise last year as well. Yeah, we did T-shirts and badges and caps. That went pretty well. So who knows? Well, maybe we'll be back with. I think Don's got.
Oh, badge.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah, Bazza t-shirt would be pretty cool.
Yeah. We had a black one as well as a white one. The black is almost sold out. I think we got like 2 shirts left. So yeah, that was the usual. We weren't sure if we could do merchandise at this stage, but certainly I know there's people that bought the entire series that went after the t-shirts because so we might better get some more merchandise out. But got to build a brand. I think we got to get out in front of the camera more. I think we've always been a little bit reticent. We want our work to speak for ourselves, but I know in this world you got to get out there, and we got to really build a brand with videos and showcase the books. Even just what you did then, just show the size of the book is quite phenomenal when you see that difference. We're going to revamp the website. I think we want photography for the books, not still images. Still images, you just don't get the dimension of how thick it is, the quality of the paper, anything like that. So a lot of brand building that we've got to do. So as much as we've done 5 books, I think we're, as much as my day job is a marketing consultant, I've got to apply everything I do for clients to my own this business as well. So yeah, lots more in the brand building space we've got to get out to. Yeah.
Well, the good thing about your books is that it really goes with so many different sorts of buyers and collectors. You've got your horror people, you've got your comic people, you've got your people that just dig Australian stuff. But also don't underestimate the collected edition market for trying to sell your book specifically, because you really, I think, have the upper hand there because of the way you've produced these, as opposed to other Australian creators, because they are all just single issues. And even though yours might be single issues, they certainly don't look like them.
Well, I mean, that one's about 80. Is it 82 or 86 pages, Don? Something like that.
That's 82.
82 pages, yeah. So it's how many issues? Almost 3 issues.
82.
82. Yeah.
All I know is it went over the grammage, so stuffed up with the posting. It's something we didn't take into consideration, but
yeah.
Always that.
An eye on the next one.
Yeah. No. Killer book.
Bloody
But,
post.
we've done books bigger than that. I mean, again, I'll harp back onto older issues. Our Zombie Cities, that was like 120 pages.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Well, now I've got to get that one.
And
Pages.
we don't really sell it anymore because it's out of print. But if you see one somewhere sold, grab it.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate for me. Shall I show a copy, Sorab? No, let's concentrate on Bazza. Yeah.
It's the past. We're in the future. Yeah.
Well, Bazza was in that book, so it made
I gotta say,
I
Sorry?
was saying, if he's in the book, why not? Steve, would you get your pussy out of the camera?
Keep jumping out. Come on, Knackers, get away. There we go.
I say we had a really good weekend at Saturday at Canberra's Geek Markets, and we had one fan came up, and he was dressed as Bazza, and he came with a leather jacket. Took this leather jacket. I've had the cricket bat storming around as well, and we've had a couple of with Bazza. Had another one with the Rabbitohs jersey, and he also had koalas as drop bears on his shoulders with the cricket bat as well. That was fun. Yeah.
What a compliment that is. You've got people playing as your characters. That's like the ultimate
character, and that's it, which is great.
Yeah. But I was looking at the age. Like, I'm always very conscious of the age groups and the people there. But there was a lot of guys that were like over 60. They don't read comics. They picked up this Bazza concept. Then there was a bunch of teenagers, and they saw the guy dressed up as Bazza. And after they came to see my stand, and he was still looming around, like, oh, I get what you're doing now, And they got the book there. Yeah. There was one dad, and he bought our books, I think 6 years ago or something like that, had them on the shelf, and he was taking his daughters there for the first time. And he said, oh, these are some of the creators that are going to be there. And she read the book, and I think she might have been looking at it, I'm not sure, but I think she was maybe 12, 13 years old. And she read the book and loved it, and wanted to get a picture with me and everything. And I was like, oh, wow, we are really going, like, from that 12-year-old girl to those teenage guys to that older gentleman. It just crossed the spectrum there. So, I was really thrilled with this reaction. Yeah.
Hey, that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So, if you like horror comedy and really irreverent stuff that is over the top, doesn't take itself too seriously, and the greatest Aussie comic ever, it's Bazza the Bogan Barbarian. That's what I'll say. Yeah.
When you got readership from that young of an age, and in the seniors, did you have a specific demographic of a group of people when you first started setting the world of Bazza out?
I don't think so.
No.
It's just really it was more geared at people that like to read comics. But as Sorab said, we've had people that come over that don't read comics and they like the character and they pick up the books, which is a great compliment, I think.
Yeah, I think it's like there was this guy and he was reading it with his wife and he was laughing at it and I was telling the story and I go, oh, you know, why do you like it? He goes, this book just sounds like me. And I was said, yeah, this book just talks to me. It's me, you know. So they're related to in their own way. So yeah, but no, we didn't have a demographic in mind. But now that I see it, I'm a lot more conscious of it. Like over the years, I've been seeing, you know, young kids reading it, and so that I think the introduction to the family. We haven't played so much with the engagement of Bazza and his son, Bazza and his daughter, other than rescuing them. Like Bazza's rescued his daughter before, you know, but this time is much more family sort of interaction and dynamics happening. So that was really important for this one. Now that I've seen sort of the demographics and the changing readership that we're getting. Yeah.
Yeah, that grandma's a real, it's a real piece of work, that one.
She's a badass,
Yeah. Did you like the scene where she's trying to sew Bazza's ear back on?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, ew.
Reminded me of bad times.
Bad times. Yeah.
So what else do you want to talk about before we head off, guys?
Done anything you want to talk about?
Anything else to promote?
No, we're really on a single mission with Bazza. You know, we often have a lot of different concepts in mind, but I think we're on a mission here. Like we've had other ones, but I'm not. I feel that this is going to stand the test of time. Like, it's already 10 years with this character and doesn't seem to be slowing down. And I hope it goes down in the history books of Australian comics. So I feel we're on a big mission here.
I think it is a testament to the character because the first issue is selling just as well as the current issue, and that's from 10 years ago. So, and that's because new readership that comes along. And like I said, I'm always surprised that so many people come, they've never seen it, even though it's been around for 10 years. And as Sorab says, well, it's different people come into these things all the time. It's not, you're always going to get a new influx of different people and new people coming in. So I kind of think that the zombie apocalypse will just keep on selling.
I really hope the Australian ones take over. So I as much as I love zombies, I do like the fact that we've created our own Quokka monster that isn't around. That when so Tassie Devil, and we're going to look out for more Aussie animals there, like the dingo. We wanted to bring back the dingo character is my favorite character in the book, so I'm going to see how we can weave him into more stories.
You've got to bring in a wombat somehow.
Yeah, we thought about this.
They just attack it by rolling it or ball and rolling down hills.
Yeah, they're so heavy they could just squash it and roll over you. As far as you asked before, where can you get them? I mean, at the moment, at the conventions and online, if you go online, we're not really. We used to be in stores, King's specifically, but we haven't really been devoted the energy to get them to bookshops.
Okay.
We've had them in Impact Comics for several years.
Impact,
Quality Comics as well. There's a couple more in Brisbane that have gone by the wayside, but hopefully we'll get back out to more of them. But we're going to build that online brand business much more, and the conventions are a huge part of it. Just getting out to show the people the books themselves.
Yes,
especially when you've got someone cosplaying as your main character. I mean, that's basically free advertising as they walk around the show.
Yeah.
Well, I think Sorab wants Chris Hemsworth to walk in with a Bazza shirt.
That'd be a win.
Yeah, I did, but actually now I'm one of the animated feature more. Like I think the Walking Dead comic is better than the series. So I really want this animated feature more than anything. Yeah, we'll to leave this together somehow. Yeah.
I would be so down for an animated feature of this.
Yeah.
Who would you get to voice Bazza, boys? you could pick,
man.
who would you pick?
Bo.
Don't give him ideas. Nah.
It's already too late. I'm already working on it now. Sold. Even just doing it in the voice of reading this awesome bio on the back. This is so Aussie, man. Bazza Barracks for South Sydney. He loves his Vegemite. All right.
With your target of 10 books and you're already halfway there, is there what's the end game, or is there an end game?
No, I mean, I think we used to set lofty goals like end games, but we don't anymore. Now it's just really keeping it simple for me. Just get the 10, get really incredible stories out there, and really focus on Australiana. So that's why I'm really proud of the Quokkas. If the Quokkas can sell as much as zombies, sell more than aliens, wow, we've got something special. Yeah.
Sharif, are you fishing for how many issues there's going to be so you can do your own custom, are you?
No, sorry, I've already said 10, so I'll just wait.
So book every Tuesday.
I'll get all those 5 when they're up here in Supernova. So
an omnibus.
Well, thank you guys very much for reaching out and coming back onto the AussieVerse. We really appreciate it, and it's always a pleasure to see you, Sorab. And Don, it's been a wonderful pleasure meeting you, sir.
Man, thanks for having us back on. Loved it. Cool.
Anytime.
Well,
Anytime you guys want to come back on, you let us know. Let's see how good your memory is, though. You know what? Let's spice it up a little, Don. If I said to you, mate, what is AussieVerse? What would your answer be?
What is AussieVerse?
Correct.
I don't know. It's a bit like Spideyverse, different dimensions, different characters, same character from different places. I don't know.
What is AussieVerse?
it's the greatest comic YouTube channel of all time. That's what AussieVerse
sorry.
is.
I just got the meaning. Yep, it is the greatest.
No, he's wrong as well. He's wrong as well.
I don't get online much, so I don't. Really...
Hey, Don, you have an excuse. You haven't been on the show before, so I get that. But what the hell's going on with you, Sharif?
I've forgotten it was called that.
Tell them what AussieVerse is.
AussieVerse is and always will be more alive.
Well, we should get the Bazza books on AussieVerse.
Whenever you want. We'll be back next week with our normal FOC weekly live show about those pre-order books, baby. And we'll also be back with a lot more. Subscribe to the channel now and be part of the AussieVerse. Thank you to Silver Fox Comics. Go check out Bazza the Bogan Barbarian and all of his titles.
Sorry, I stuffed up the last bit.
Especially the Killer Quokkas. Sorry, Don. And we're out.